What's going on, guys? John Elder here from Tkinter.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to pull text from a PDF file with Tkinter. Alright guys, like I said, in this video, I'm going to show you how to extract text from a PDF file. But before we get started, be sure to download your totally free PDF version of my Tkinter Widget Quick Reference Guide book. This thing is awesome, 150 something pages describing all the Tkinter widgets. Just head over to tkinter.com/widget-book and grab that for free today. And while you're there, check out tkinter.com membership. Get all my Tkinter videos for one low price. You can use coupon code YouTube to get 30% off membership, which is insanely cheap. All right, like I said, in this video, we're gonna create this little app that will open a PDF file, grab specific text out of it, and then put it in a text box. And after you've got it in a text box, you can do anything you want with it. It's in variable form, and you can do all the Python type things you might want to do to that text. So you see, we've got just a basic text widget here. And I can say, hey, open page 40 of, I don't know, let's grab my widget book here, PDF version. It says, hey, you're showing page 40 of 156 pages. We can look up page 0. They always start at 0 of just this file I created, a PDF file, and there you have the text. So pretty simple app. Isn't going to take us very long at all. This is actually going to be really quick and easy, but very useful. People are always emailing me asking, how do you extract text from a PDF file? Because it's kind of complicated, but with this method, it's going to be really quick. So let's head over to our code. I'm using the Sublime Text Editor and the Git Bash terminal as always. And as always, you can find a link to the code in the pinned comment section below, as well as a link to the playlist with all the other videos in this series. So check that out if you haven't so far. So I've got some basic Tkinter starter code that we always have. I'm just calling this PDF_extract.py. And the first thing we need to do is import pypdf2. And notice the capitalization of this, it's important. Now you probably don't have this on your computer already, so we need to pip install that. So let's head over to our terminal. I'm in my tkinter.com directory. I've got my virtual environment turned on, and we just need to pip install pypdf2. And I've already got it. So it says, hey, you've already got it, but it will go ahead and install on your machine. And that's really all we need. So let's head back over here. And in addition to this, we're also going to, from Tkinter, import, we want a FileDialog box and a Messagebox. So this will allow us to open files, and this will throw up error messages if we have some sort of error. So, okay, let's come down here and let's sort of rough out our GUI very quickly here. First, we need a text box to put our text when we extract it. So I'm going to call this my_text, and it's just going to be a text widget. We want to put it in root, and let's give this a width of like 60 and a height of like 25. Make it any size you want, really doesn't matter. Let's go my_text.pack, give this a pad Y of 20, push it down the screen a little bit. So now we want to create a label frame, and inside of there, we need a little entry box that says, hey, what page do you want to open in this PDF file? So I'm going to go my_label frame, and this is going to be a label frame. We want to put it in root. We want the text to say, select page to open, something like that. Now let's pack this guy onto the screen. So my_labelFrame.pack, and let's give this a pad Y of like 10 to push it down the screen just a little bit. Now inside of here, we want a label. So I'm going to call this my_label, and it's going to be a label. We want to put it in my_label_frame. We want the text to say page number, something like that. I don't know, give it a little space. And let's go my_label, and we want to .grid this guy. And we can do that since it's inside a new frame, even though we're packing everything outside of that frame. Totally normal there. So let's give this a column of 0 and a row of 0. And let's give it a pad Y of like 10 and a pad X of 10. Well, to give it some space around it. So we also want an entry box so we can type in what number we want of the page. So let's go my_entry. And it's going to be an entry box. We want to put it in my_label frame. And that's really all we need there. So now let's put this guy on the screen. Let's go myEntry.grid. And here we want column 1, row equals 0. And let's also give this a pad X of 10 and a pad Y of 10. Okay, now next we want a little button we can click to actually open a file. So I'm just going to call this my_button, and it's going to be a button. We want to put this in root. We're going to put it outside of that label frame. And let's have the text on this button say open PDF. And let's give this a command of open_PDF. Now we haven't created this function yet. We'll do that in just a second. Well, in fact, let's come up here and let's just define that right now, and we'll just pass for now. And then let's come back down here and my_button dot pack. And let's give this a pad Y of 20 to push it down the screen a little bit. Now, finally, we want a label at the bottom that shows how many pages are in this PDF file so we can know, hey, there's 200 pages. Let's open page 200 or whatever. So I'm going to call this one pages label. And this is going to be a label. We want to put it in root. We want the text right now to say nothing because we're going to update that every time we open up the PDF file. So to start out, it will say nothing. And let's go pages_label dot pack and give this guy a pad Y of 20 to push it down the screen a little bit. So, okay, let's go ahead and save this and run it, make sure everything's looking okay here. So let's go Python PDF_extract.py. And when we do, we get this thing, nice little text box here. We've got stuff here. Okay, everything looks good. So now all we have to do is create this function here to actually open up the PDF file and do some things with it. So let's come up here. And the first thing we need to do is get file name. So what's the name of the file we want to open? So I'm going to call that my_file. And this is going to be a FileDialog. And we want to ask open file name. And this will pop up a little box that lets us pick which file we want to open. And the title of that box, let's just call it open file. And let's put this on another line here. Now we need to designate the file types, right? So what do we want this thing to open? Well, mostly PDF files. So let's type in PDF file, something like that. And the type of file that is a .pdf file, right? And if you wanted to, you can also open up all files. I usually just do this by default. Though in this case, we probably really don't want to, but I don't know, I always do it anyway. So that's anything.anything. This is a wildcard character. And that looks good. So that'll give us the name and the location of our file. Now we need to open it. So let's use a try except block here because there very well could be errors. If we try and open a file and it can't open, if we designate the wrong page number to open, like if the PDF only has 10 pages and we say, hey, try opening page 20, it's going to throw up an error. So we need to try except block here. So let's create a variable. I'm going to call it PDF file. And this is where this PyPDF2 comes into play. So we call a PyPDF dot PDF file reader, right? And we just pass in my_file, which is the thing we got right here when we open the file dialog box, right? So let's comment open file. So now let's get the number of pages. And we can do that by just creating a variable. I'm going to call it number of pages. And we want to set that equal to the length of whatever this thing is. So we'll just copy that. Dot pages, right? So that looks good. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and update our pages label. Remember down here, we've got this blank label sitting there. So let's go ahead and update that. And that was pages_label. And then we can .config this and set the text equal to, let's create an F string. And let's say showing, and then we can get the page number that we're looking up, which is my_entry.get of. And here we can just grab this guy right here, number of pages. This will tell us how many pages are in the PDF file. And then we need to subtract 1 from that because all of these start at 0. So the first page of our PDF file is going to be 0. So the last page will be the number of pages -1 to sort of take care of that. And let's just go pages ... Okay, so that looks good. So now we've opened the file. We've got the number of pages. We've updated our label. Now we need to grab the specific page of our PDF file and then put it up on the screen. So let's say select page to read. And I'm going to call this page. And this is going to be PDF_file.getPage. Now, the page we want to open is the page number we entered into the entry box. So that was my_entry.get. Now we need to make sure that this is converted into an integer. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap all of this in an integer function. So that'll designate the page. So now we need to get the content from the page. And to do that, I'm going to create a variable called content. And this is going to be page dot extract text. And this page variable is just this guy right here that we just defined, right? Okay, so now we've got our content. We can now put it in our text box. So the first thing we want to do is clear the text box. Make sure there's nothing in the text box already. We might have typed something in there accidentally. We might have opened up a previous PDF file and it might still be there. We just need to delete whatever's in there. So let's go my_text dot delete. And we want to go from the position 1.0 to end. So that will delete that. And then finally, let's output PDF to text. And here we just call my_text dot insert. And we want to put it at position 0. And what do we want to put? We want to put that content. Okay, that should do it. Now, there could be errors along the way. So let's throw up a little message box. So let's go Messagebox dot show error. And let's say, whoa. All right. And let's create an F string. Let's go, there was a problem. And then let's pass in an E. So whatever that problem is. And then we need to come up here and say accept exception as E. So that will take whatever the error is, assign it to this E variable, and then it will output it onto our message box. So, okay, let's go ahead and save this and run it. I think that should do the trick. So there we go. So first off, I want to open page 0 of this little test PDF file that I created. Uh-oh, there was an error. Page object has no attribute. I misspelled extract. I misspelled extract. How could that happen? How can that happen? All right, so extract. There we go. Much better. Let's try this again. So we want page number 0 of our little test guy, and boom, there it is. I can try and open page 10 of that same file. There's only one page in it. So, hey, there was a problem, list index out of range, which is basically saying, hey, that page doesn't exist. So we can open our Tkinter widget book, page 10. Well, there isn't anything on page 10. Let's try page 12. I don't know. All right, about the author. Okay, and so you see we've got a bunch of text here. And down here it's showing page 12 of 156 pages. Very cool. We can open up page 41 if we want of the same book. Boom, it updates, showing 41 of 156 pages. Very cool and very easy. Now, you've got this stuff, right? You've got all the text here in a text box. You can use it in any way you want. If you want to do other Pythonic things to that text, we don't have to. If we go back over here, and when we inserted this content, we don't have to put it in a text box. You have this content variable full of all that text. You can do anything you want with it, right? You can run regex on it. You can add it to a label. You could do math on it. Whatever you wanted to do to it, you have it in that variable form. I just happen to want to put it in a text box so we can look at it. And so that's what we did. So that's how to pull text from a PDF file. Very easy and pretty cool. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, be sure to smash the like button below, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and check out Tkinter.com where you can use coupon code YouTube to get 30% off membership. So it's access to all my Tkinter courses for one low price. My name is John Elder from Tkinter.com, and I'll see you in the next video.